First one, then more than a dozen bodies discovered left to decay. How could this happen when a family was promised their loved ones' remains would be returned home? We've told you about the multi-million-dollar lawsuit. Now News Channel 5's Nick Barris sits down for an exclusive interview with one of those accused of violating human dignity and showing no respect for the dead.
Freddy Hernandez came to the U.S. from Guatemala in search of a better life. He was killed 2 years ago in Robertson County, Tennessee.
I mean, it was devastating. Here's a family whose son, 20-something-year-old son, is in the United States working, trying to make a living, and then they get word that he's been killed, been murdered.
Heartbroken, his family says they paid former funeral director Reed Van Ness $4,000 to ship the body back to Central America. It did not arrive as promised. The family was desperate. Where was the body?
There's never been any maliciousness on my part.
Van Ness told News Channel 5 he was in an agreement with Sadler Funeral Home in Lebanon and Nelson & Sons Memorial in Shelbyville to handle the bodies. No one could answer the family's questions, so they filed a complaint with the Board of Funeral Directors and Embalmers. The state investigators then made a startling discovery.
And between these two funeral homes, they found 15 bodies that had been left, some of them in various states of decay,
including that of Freddy Hernandez. Attorney John Morris has filed a $4 million lawsuit against Van Ness and the two funeral homes.
All three are culpable of this very sad, atrocious situation.
I accept my responsibility for the situation.
In an exclusive sit-down interview, Van Ness admits,
I think the ball was dropped in many instances.
But Van Ness says he's not all to blame. Albert Nelson and Stephen Sadler, directors at the two funeral homes, declined to comment on camera on specifics of the lawsuit. Both did say by phone they were helping Van Ness, who no longer had his own funeral home and needed a place to keep bodies. Both say they did nothing wrong.
I am responsible for much, but not all.
Van Ness says there were many reasons for the delays in shipping Hernandez's body. Airline transport availability, lack of communication to coordinate, and
most of it amounts to problems with money.
Van Ness and the funeral homes also deny allegations in the lawsuit that they targeted Latin American families to take advantage of them financially. Van Ness says,
this community is the same as my family.
A federal court will decide who's to blame. Hernandez's body was finally sent home nearly 6 months after he died. Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
Thank you, Nick. The state also ordered the directors of the two funeral homes to track the remaining bodies to their families and deal with them properly. To date, they say that has been done.